Testing. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Hello? 1, 2, 3. Hello? Can you hear me? Alright, awesome. Just waiting for the game to download some data before I get going. Might as well do my spiel. Hello, I am Foxy Finds, and today I am going to be streaming Pokémon Legends Arceus. Part of the reason I'm doing this is that there is a shiny Enamorus that you can get if you complete the Pokedex and send them over to Pokemon Home. I've already gone through and determined which Pokemon I need to get for this, so those will be my primary focuses. I've already decided what my team is going to be based off of these needs. Other than that, I gotta get a feel for streaming. This is new for me. Hopefully this chair I'm in isn't making too much noise. It always takes longer for things to load when you're waiting on them. So, let's see. So those question mark spots that are, gotta make sure I'm on camera, over here, those are going to be the permanent party members. So I'm going to pick out what I get along the way. I'm also going to let those that are here, which might be a few of you getting to choose this. I'm going to let you guys pick my starter Pokemon. Making sure I'm hitting all the right buttons. Yeah. As we go through, we will start to fill in these slots. I don't remember if there's supposed to be sound here or not. This isn't the start of the game. Well, it wouldn't be a stream if there weren't technical difficulties. Hold, please. Make sure something is right. Let's see. I thought I had this ready. Hello. Working on my first technical difficulty of my first stream, so bear with me. The issue was that I had not successfully deleted my previous saved data. Should be good now. All right. We can begin the game. Okay. So can you guys hear any audio in the any of the gameplay audio? Check this. I got a yes and a no. Oh, that's very helpful. Um, let me check. Okay, let's. Hmm. Let's try. Yeah, we will definitely figure this out. Sorry, I'm not going to be too entertaining while I try to problem solve this. Let's see. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't have technical problems on my first try. I'm hoping to do weekly or bi-weekly lives. Probably bi-weekly at least at first. Yeah. See a thing that says that the audio is inactive. I don't know how to activate it. Hello. Trying to figure out how to get the audio working because Switch audio is not playing right now. Did that do anything? Doesn't look like it. Well, part of the problem is if I'm posting this online, I would like it to be having the game audio. Otherwise, it would get pretty quiet if I don't keep conversation up. And on my first live, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. Thanks. So Rhodes, are you saying I'd need a second HDMI port or a HDMI cable for the Elgato to the computer? Now we wait for the stream delay. Yeah, I only have one. Let me see if I can get one brought to me. The wonderful world of getting everything set up. All my typing is slow because I've got claws. I do see you. See, the setup I have is I have one screen, so it's a little bit annoying, but hopefully I can get another HDMI cable in. Suppose for now I might as well get started, and if we can get another cable in, I can get that set up. So yeah, Legends Arceus has been one of my favorite Pokemon games in recent history, so I'm excited to play it again. Get this set up like that. Yeah, I know, to get more subscribers, I need to get a lot more videos out. I used to do once a week, but life's been really busy lately, and I'm hoping to get back to much more frequently. Alright, let's get going. Welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. Make sure I've got my hands on the right buttons. It is well that thou art here. I am that which the humans call Arceus. Now I wish to know thine appearance. What do you guys think I look like? In the past, chose this one because it's the closest to the fox. I'm gonna go with that. What is thy name? We're gonna go with Foxy. Yep. Foxy. Soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee, a world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokemon. Foxy. Thou seek all Pokemon, and thou shalt find me once more. I think my batteries are starting to die. Might have to pause at some point to grab batteries and see if I can find an HDMI cable. This is very quiet. Pokémon Legends Arceus. And this game actually answered a whole bunch of questions that either were unanswered or not known that they needed to be asked. One of which is some questions about Arceus himself, or itself, in terms of its role in the universe. Oh, yeah. Wake up. Oh, do wake up, won't you? Are you alive, my boy? You gave me quite a shock, falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness you are unharmed. Oh. And there goes my battery. Alright. I will be right back. Hi, I'm back. Alright. I have batteries that I hopefully won't drop. And I have an HDMI cable. So hopefully we can get audio. Claws are surprisingly handy for things like getting batteries out. Why, thank you. I kind of wish I could show you the process of me trying to swap out the batteries using claws. It's quite the process. Next time, hand stream. Alright. Next bit of technical work. HDMI. Okay. So now let's see. Is there audio now? I don't even know if I'm going to hear it, if it's going or not. Okay, audio. I don't see. I don't see the Elgato as an option. That is odd. Huh. Elgato window settings. Yeah. I don't see an audio input settings there. Hmm. I'm not even going to be able to read that with this on. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. In case anyone's wondering, I'm clearly not a tech person. Um, okay, I think I know what the issue was here. How about now? Is there any audio? Oh, I think I did a thing. How about now? Alright, cool. That was fun. Alright, let's get this back on the road. I might lean into the camera to read some of this. Alright. But thank goodness you're unharmed. Who are you? Where am I? Well, I mean, I know where I am. I'm in the Hisui region. I know who this guy is. He's the professor, but I'm gonna ask who he is. It's only the polite thing to do. Alright. I'd like to ask you the same. Well, I'm Foxy. I mean, you fell out of the sky. You understand. Come now. Who in the world does that? I mean, that's a fair point. I must say, your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have any acquaintances in these parts, would you? I doubt it. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer some directions? You have some... do you have somewhere around here you could stay? Like, I just fell out of the sky. I don't. So... no, nowhere. So you don't know anyone here. You don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you're able to survive? Somehow, I guess. Seeing as, you know, the creator of the Pokemon world sent me here, I'm pretty sure I'll manage somehow. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such a need. That's good, because I'm a child. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try to read out all the Pokemon things. They're supposed to be the ones that say their own sounds. Oh my. I've completely forgotten. I had just caught up to these 3 runaway Pokemon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. But do you even know what a Pokemon is? Of course I do. I'm very familiar with Pokemon. My, that's a relief. Thought you'd fall, though you'd fall out of the sky, it seems you have something, or it seems we have some common ground. Yeah, well, yes, well, these 3 Pokemon look to me, yes, well, these 3 Pokemon belong to me. Mysterious creatures that they are. Oh yes, and what might be your... I swear I'm normally better at reading than this. Fursuit eyes are pretty decent at seeing at a distance, but reading is a little bit of a challenge sometimes. We're going to be up close for a moment. Ah, yes. And what might your name be? It's Foxy. Oh, so you're called Foxy? Yes. That name has quite a ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. It means fox-like. Oh, but I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Laventon. I am something of a Pokemon professor. Huh, we do have something in common. That is to say, I am a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon, they... Oh, blast and bother. My darling Pokemon, why must you run from me again? I'm terribly sorry, but do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. In the meantime, let's go grab my cell phone here. Because what would we be able to do if we're in the past and don't have a smartphone? It's just... it would be an awful experience. I need my apps. You found something resembling a phone. It's probably your phone, but it's changed shape. You feel a strange power emanating from it. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this Arc phone, and thy mission: seek out all Pokemon. They really spell it out for you. Alas, yet another miss. Aha! I'm glad you've come to my rescue. My new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways, but by tossing some Pokemons their way, but I'm not the best. I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you see. It's like when you're reading a book and the sentence goes on to the next page, so you have to pause, flip the page, and finish. Alright. I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these three first. Now this one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. Crew. That's what it says. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it's surprised or irate. Whoosh, or Foom? Foom. The Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott naps while floating in the water, and it can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. That's called a Scalchop. Plish Plash. Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing. How you go about catching Pokemon. Here you are, my boy. Pokeballs. Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. You obtained 50 Pokeballs. Ah, but that won't do for an explanation, will it? I do apologize. Let me be more thorough. Now, I've mentioned already that Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is capable to shrink down to a miniature size, or minuscule size. So this is a bit of Pokemon lore that had never been explained, but sort of explains why you can't catch fainted Pokemon and why people were able to make Pokeballs out of apricorns in the past, like in this game. In the modern Pokemon games, it's sort of a digital process where the Pokemon just sort of becomes energy, but it's interesting that they go into this explanation, but also it kind of feels like a cop-out. Oh yeah, we just made them small. But it does help distinguish what an animal is compared to a Pokemon, even though we don't see any animals in this game. Alright. And that's where Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of these at a Pokemon, and why, the Pokemon will shrink down and fit inside the ball. Comfy as can be. And with that, you've got a Pokemon. I know we just met, but I'm afraid I'm no good at... but I'm afraid I've got no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my 3 runaways. Now, the proper technique is to take aim at the Pokemon, then let the ball fly. It's quite simple. Though far be it from me to say so, I suppose, giving my own dire lack of skill in this area. These are pretty simple, easy, automatic catches. Well, the first 2. Oh, wonderful. You've got a Pokemon. It seems you've quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business, Foxy. Why, thank you. Jolly useful skill to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left. Now. Still, this is the most unusual. You don't seem to be fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. Nope. In modern times, we're clearly less afraid of everything. I can hardly believe it, Foxy. Incredible. You know, many people fear or to even approach Pokemon. Never mind catch them. Bravo indeed. Just one more to go. Let's wrap this up. Sharpish. Shall we? Alright. And scripted miss. Well, not miss, but it'll pop out there. Sorry if that was a spoiler. Ah, yes. I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old boy. Oh, now I'm old. Okay, where did you go off to? There you are. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, these three Pokemon you caught have only just arrived in the village to help uh, with our research. They won't listen to anyone. And as I mentioned, they bolted from the village almost as if they knew you'd come falling. But I must say, Foxy, I was taken aback by how well you use Pokeballs. How it is that you'd catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here. One can't help but think there's a reason you appeared here and now. Seek out all Pokemon. That object is an arc phone, you say? What an odd device. Could it be guiding you somehow? If you'd indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. You see, I have a dream to complete this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field here call such a catalog a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in a region. But in order to properly discover Pokemon or document Pokemon, we must, of course, catch them. And therein lies the rub. I'm afraid. Well, yeah, he's afraid. That makes sense. Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skill of using them. You know, throwing. Enter you, a person with a clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, and mine is to have all those Pokemon caught. A situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? Come on, what do you say? Shall we help one another, my boy? My options are, well, and you've convinced me. Then whoever and from wherever you may be, I welcome you with open arms. We've a Pokédex to complete. Agreed. First things first. Let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Then we'll sort out your lodging and find you some proper clothes and a meal after all that. Follow me then. Onward to Jubilife Village. And there we see the rift that we fell out of. Thank you for your tireless work keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young man was a great asset to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'd forgive my bringing him into the village for a bit. Here we get a look at the past of Pokemon. This way, if you please. Now we have a slow motion walk. Jubilife Village. Oh. This road is now. The village was built. And once we know now that impressive building ahead of us is. Did you enjoy that dialogue? Oh, what is that word? Botheration? I've almost forgotten. I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. Might I ask you to wait for me at the canteen? It's just past that bridge, then to the left, the Wallflower it's called. So in case you were wondering, talking about the establishment of the city and the building ahead being the base of operations. And now my ARC phone is going to have maps on it and indicators. There is quite a bit of tutorial in this game before you really got to start doing your own thing. Well now, aren't you awfully suspicious? The Wallflowers for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Who are you? I've never seen anyone dressed like you. What if you were attacked by a Pokemon? You'd be mincemeat in those flimsy clothes. If the guards let you through, you must have some ties with someone in the village. Perhaps you've met Professor Laventon. He's a scholar from a faraway place. His Pokemon do get away from him at times, though it makes me a bit worried for him. I suppose I'm hardly one to talk. I've had some troubles with Pokemon myself. I was hit by a Pokemon move called Thunder Shock not long ago, and had to take to my bed. But the professor, well, I do wonder how long he'll last. Ooh, that's rude. Unfortunately, it's just as Akiri? Maybe I should have looked up how these Pokemon character names are pronounced. It's just as Akira said, it's a clumsy sort of... I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Professor. But everyone will be quite all right now. Foxy here has agreed to help me out with Pokemon, or with our Pokedex. Reading. It's a tough skill. Excuse me, you plan to appoint him to the Survey Corps, you can't just slap a badge on whoever you like without Captain I'm a little bit bad with names. Silene? Silene's permission. I may look up how people pronounce these names in the future. Captain Silene. Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I'm the captain of the Galaxy Team's Survey Corps. You may call me Silene. Hi. Professor Lavington has told me how you helped secure his Pokémon when they slipped his control. And now it seems he would have us he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. I must be like 14 or something, so I'm old enough to help with this. Oh, 15. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work your keep. But you can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if they can prove themselves, or we will see if you can prove yourselves worthy. Oh, a most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've gotten plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite all right. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distraction. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can catch a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum. The usual potato mochi, if you please, but make it for 3 today. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never fails to please. Professor Lavington, where exactly did you meet our visitor here? Oh, well, you know that great hole in the sky? This one, the one called the Space-Time Rift. Our new friend fell out of it. I have to say, I love her side eye. You can't be serious. Come now, I'm a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. Now, you already know that there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. That there are in the grass, in the forest, by water, or wherever they like. Our job as a Survey Corps is to research them and find out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. It's all but impossible to know what kind of powers they might possess or what sort of wondrous things they can do. So that's where Foxy comes in. He successfully caught 3 Pokemon. 3 of them, in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of that feat. Of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. 3? We had a hard time catching even even one when wild Pokemon come after us. Well, sounds like they need to work. Well, to be perfectly fair, this Pokemon the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well, and it seems our new friend, is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress on that Pokedex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm Hopefully that wasn't off very long. So, like in all the Pokemon games, there are some early tips on how to do just the basic things. Um, Go ahead and save the game. Now, a lot of Pokemon games have the default of auto-saving, and in most cases, it's best to turn that off. Auto-saving will save the game anytime that you catch a Pokemon or change locations, and especially if you find a shiny Pokemon, you don't want it to do that. You want to be able to save the game manually, and no matter what you catch, be able to reload in case you fail that. Alright, rest until tomorrow. Yes. The next day, good morning, Foxy. Are you up? Quite some lightning last night, wasn't it? Today is the day of your trial, so, let's give it our all. What lovely weather we've got. I hope you had a nice sleep, even in this land, even if this land is strange and new to you. Let's get to headquarters. Captain Celine is waiting. The Survey Corps offices are here on the first floor. Well, I guess we got interrupted. Don't give up. Keep those eyes open. The wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacked us from all sides. I sent out my partner Pokemon, but against a whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield. Is that right? But the Medical Corp will put you to rights. That man's with the Survey Corp, and even with his own partner, he took a beating from the wild Pokemon. Without a partner Pokemon of your own, you might find this trial particularly trying. Captain Celine, Foxy is here. You may enter. let's get straight to it. Hello. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon: Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. Catching 3 Pokemon from the start? No one in the Galaxy team has ever managed that. Did this stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for him. If the professor's not exaggerating things, that is. How are you? I'm doing fine. How about yourself? Let's see. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause. Got a narrow view. I've got to figure out where the camera is if I'm giving a thumbs up. I will lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. That satchel doesn't exactly match your mode of dress. Akari, I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry. Galaxy Team Entry Trial. Pardon, Foxy. Come with me for a moment. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. It seems... Is something the matter, Professor Laventon? In order to complete our Pokédex and, well, simply survey is in this unforgivable land, Foxy absolutely must pass this trial. And so, as a professor of Pokemon, I've got just the ticket to help accomplish that. Got Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott. Go on, Foxy. Pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a Pokemon partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see that they're rather curious about you. Well, my boy, which Pokemon would you like to keep or as your very own? Alright, as is standard practice of doing a live stream of Pokemon, I'm going to leave this decision up to you guys. Would you like me to use the Fire-type Pokemon Cyndaquil, the Grass and currently Flying-type Pokemon Rowlet, or the Water-type Pokemon Oshawott? I shall wait for your decision. And make sure that my microphone is still on. There's a vote for Rowlet. This is a very unpopular opinion, but I don't think that there's a wrong answer. All three of these Pokemon are actually my, well, Cyndaquil and Oshawott are my favorite Pokemon of their respective generations. Rowlet's my second pick, but that's just because I really like Lidden's family. Squirtle Squad. Unfortunately, Squirtle is not one of the options for this game. So we've got Cyndaquil, we've got Rowlet, and we've got Oshawott. If it's easier, you could just say fire, grass, or water. Right now, Rowlet is winning with a 1. Alright, that's a vote for Cyndaquil. I mean, I'll break ties with my personal preference if need be. It let me through. That surprised me. Well, no one else is going to vote. I'm going to go ahead and pick Cyndaquil here. There we go. Do you want Cyndaquil as your first partner? Yes. And with that, one of the Pokemon you've caught at the Prelude Beach for me is now yours to keep. Good show. I've tucked Cyndaquil back inside its Pokeball for you. So, take it. It's yours. You received Cyndaquil. A word of advice. Oh. You named your Cyndaquil Cupcake. A fitting response right after now we just need a name. A word of advice, my boy. Pay close attention to your Pokeballs that are empty and which ones contain a Pokemon when you're out in the field. Ooh, lava cake. Now I'm a little bit hungry. They look as if they're cheering on their friend Cyndaquil. Or perhaps they're jealous that it gets to help you with your trial. That could be. They did go dashing from the village when Foxy fell out of the sky after all. Well, not to worry though, you two. I'll have you assist me with my research for now. By the by, what species has Captain I've forgotten how I pronounced her name. Silene. Charge you with catching. Well, that's smashing. All three of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Well, that's good since that's where I'm supposed to go. Let me give you some Pokeballs for you to use during your trial, then. You obtained 20 Pokeballs. These Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work a treat. They work a treat, as you've already seen. You'll have this trial cleared in no time. I guess you're finally ready. You'll have to leave the village for your trial, then turn left after you exit the headquarters, then head for the gate. I really don't feel like this game begins until after you can at least roll. Running from place to place is so slow. Oh, what a curious getup you have there. I can already tell you're quite the character. Why, thank you. I'm Volo from the Ginkgo Guild? Ginkgo Guild. The go-to choice for any of your merchandise need here in Hisui. I've heard talk about you. Fell from the sky, didn't you? Now that's certainly a tale I'd like to hear. Oh, and you've a Pokemon. You're certainly full of interesting surprises. I was just given this. That shouldn't be a surprise. Investigating the odd and novel is key to any good merchant's success. So, what do you say? How about you and I have our own Pokemon stand up to one another in battle? You remember fighting him in Soul Calibur 2? You recognize him by the hair, right? Now that you and I... Oh. Just... Sure, we can fight. I like you better and better. What a delightful find. I've also heard about this trial you're to attempt. Oh. I skipped through that dialogue. Though I hope you know, you'll lose if your Pokemon's HP reaches 0. I mean, that makes sense. Alright. Our first Pokemon battle, and he sends out a Pokemon that isn't even out of its egg. And we have one attack option. One of my favorite things about this game is that you can move around during the battle. You can get some pretty interesting views, although usually the Pokemon aren't this far apart. when you're fighting wild Pokemon, you can just like literally run off and it'll end the battle, which can be a lot faster than trying to run. Alright. Ooh, and we level up. It's always good fun to have your Pokemon do battle, don't you think? And they gave their, and as they gain experience through battle, they'll learn more moves and grow even stronger. But so few people here have their own Pokemon. If only more knew how to use Pokeballs. At any rate, let me help you to help our two battlers recover from the battle or from their little experience. And to you, my sky-fallen friend, I present some potions in thanks. You obtained 5 potions. You can use them on your Pokemon whenever they might be worn out from battle. I'll be hoping that you've succeeded in your trial of yours. More Galaxy Team members means more customers for yours truly, after all. Thank you. We are getting close to wrapping this up. Probably save the game after this dialogue and we will call it a night there. That's really something. Not only can you catch Pokemon, you can lead them in battle. Now to the Obsidian Fieldlands. When you're leaving Jubilife City, make sure to choose a destination from the map and tell Ress, the guardsman, where you're going. That way, someone can come to your aid if you're knocked out by a Pokemon. Your trial begins just a short path away from the front gate. Alright. So we have gotten our starter and we are about to take on the first challenge in the game, catching 3 different Pokemon. This is usually what happens in the first or second round of any game. So yeah, next week we will... I'll see if next week works. If not, I will resume the following week, and we can begin our trial, and also, let's see if we can pick a name for our little Cyndaquil here. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Happy hunting!